So what you're saying is you would watch the videos. You're a great student.
Did I tell you guys about the day my wonderful mom called me? This was last year, and she said, "Lisa, are you getting enough sleep?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" She lives 200 miles away. And she said, "Well, you look tired." And I said, "Mom, how do you know I look tired?" "Well, I've been watching your videos." So, both of the views I had were coming online. Turn around. All right, here we go. Get out your note sheets. Get out your note sheets. We are going to learn our last transformation today. So you're telling me I'm ready for number 5?
Last week we already did 5.
We did 5, but we haven't done E, F, G, and J. Or E, F, G, and H, I mean.
We're getting ready.
D. All right. So let's do a quick review. I'm going to go ahead and draw my picture up here again. This is that picture where we have the big triangle, the semicircle, and the trapezoid. All right, so that's the shape that we're dealing with. Quick review. If you take the absolute value of the whole thing, that is different than if you take the absolute value of just the x. So let's review the rules, because when we start doing D, E, F, G, and H, we're going to have to apply those rules. So I know we already did this. This is review. To reinforce. Ashanti?
Make everything positive
For
for the first one.
the first one, we go back to our picture, and everything that's positive that is above the x-axis stays above the x-axis. So here's the original picture. Everything that's above stays above. Anything that's below gets folded up. That's how you handle this one. So your trapezoid would be drawn up. That is a picture of the absolute value of the whole problem. Okay? So let's say that one more time. If you're doing the absolute value of the whole problem, everything has to be above the x-axis. So if it's already there, great. If it's not, you fold it up. Okay? Now, that's different, isn't it, Deshani, than this one? What happens over here?
Right, that's the part that's on the right.
Yes. So we draw the right side of the picture. Don't change a thing. Draw the right side of the picture. When you're doing the absolute value of x, just x, you draw the right side of the picture and then you mirror it onto the other side. Okay, so one more time on that one. When you're taking the absolute value of just x, you draw the right side of the picture, whatever it is, and then mirror it onto the left side. Okay? Now, with that in mind, we should have no... Yeah.
What happens to the triangle?
Nothing. Disappears. Okay. Gone. Okay? Anything on the left just is gone.
Okay.
Now, problem number D says, actually this function was called G, sorry. Not that it matters, it doesn't have anything to do with the picture. The problem D says, put a negative in front of this. Now, this is a picture of the absolute value. What happens when I put a negative out in front? What, Colleen? makes it upside down. Turns the whole shebang upside down. So this would look like this. The triangle comes down, the circle comes down, the trapezoid comes down. And that would be a picture for letter D. Everybody okay with that? Tomorrow, or do we have class tomorrow? Whenever we have class again, we're gonna have a quiz over this, okay? Okay. Ready? All right. E. E says, take this function right here and subtract 2 from it. Now, I already did that function right there. That part's done. Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Now, what is sticking a -2 on the end of it going to do?
Move it down.
Move every point down 2. Now, kids, if you have a hard time doing that, do it point by point. So, this point right here, bring it down 2. This point right here, bring it down 2. Bring it down 2. Just bring them all down 2 units if that's what you need to do. Some of you have better, what they call it, visual spatial abilities than others do. Bring it point by point if that helps you. The purple would be the answer to the question. If you like doing stuff in 2 steps like I do, feel free to bring a colored pencil along. Okay, now we're ready for F. All right, and F says we're going to graph 2g of the absolute value. Now, let's start right here. What does that look like? That's the absolute value of just x. So remember, how does that work again? Tell me again. That's mirroring the right side, right? So I'm going to draw my right side and mirror it. Anytime you take the absolute value of x, anytime you see this notation right here, you're going to mirror the right side onto the left. Now, what does that 2 do? Makes it twice as tall. So these little circles, instead of just going up 1, they're going to go up 2. And the trapezoid's going to come down 2, obviously on both sides. So the purple is the answer to the question. Now, did I do anything there that was scary? All right, and our letter G now. Says y equals 2 absolute value. Now, please, please, please pay attention to, I lost my lid somewhere. Please pay attention to the fact that the absolute value is in a different place here. So this is the one where everything becomes positive, right? So going back to the original, there's my triangle, there's my circle, and then my trapezoid. Whoops. Okay, that's the absolute value. Everything becomes positive. Now, see that 2 right there? What's he going to do? twice as tall. So we're gonna take our picture, and this one's gonna go all the way up to 4, up to 2, up to 2. Thank you. So that would be a picture of 2 times the absolute value. Okay, we have one more, and then we're gonna do a little practice. Okay, Nick, you all right?
Yep.
You still a little sick?
I was never sick.
Okay.
Feel great.
Well, keep your eyes open then.
It's good to be alive.
Yes, it
Great
is.
day.
Let me tell you what, it is definitely good to be alive. Okay, now we're gonna try H. All right, what's going on in H? Okay, so here we go, more absolute value. Let's start with this one. What happens in this one, the way that absolute value
Flip the
is,
right
what does
side.
that do?
Mirroring.
Mirroring,
Mirroring.
okay, so I'm gonna draw my right side, which is my circle and my trapezoid. And then I'm gonna reproduce it over here, my circle and my trapezoid. There we go.
So wait, wouldn't everything flip though? 'Cause
Well, I'm not done yet. Yeah. So that's this part of it.
Okay.
Chris, you're exactly right. What does the negative out in front do?
Flip everything.
It flips it upside down. So the trapezoid will be going up and the circles will be coming down. So the purple one is the answer to the question. Would you agree with that?
Yes. Which one makes the width bigger?
If you want to change the width, you have to put a multiplier on the x, and that actually divides. So if you put a 2 here, it would actually make it half as wide.
Do we do a problem with that?
Well, we're going to practice some. If you put,
This is a practice quiz.
yeah, I already gave you the sheet, so I'm going to have you go ahead and get that sheet out. I gave it to you a long time ago. It is 2. It is not the practice test. Do not give out the practice test. It is 2 stapled together sheets of paper. And it's called Graph Practice 1 and Graph Practice 2.
The pre-test.
Okay, but this I gave you a long time before that.
Okay.
Graph Practice 1 and Graph Practice 2. Oh, Paul's got it.
Hey, yeah, Paul.
He's all over this.
Paul, how far back?
Far back.
Far.
Look at that one.
Graph practice 1 and graph. Wow.
That's it. You found it?
You gave this like a year ago.
A year ago? Probably it was a year ago.
Oh. Black though, so you guys want to.
Oh.
Okay, so we're finding a sheet called Graph Practice 1, and it is stapled to Graph Practice 2.
7 centuries ago.
I've gotten used to receiving. Jake,
Give an extra sheet.
I have absolutely no idea. You can go check the bottom right. If there aren't any, you'll just have to do without, because these were handed out and you're supposed to keep track of it. All right, so here we go. Notice that up in the top corner there, I've given you your basic shape. For the problems we just did, we were using this shape, but now we've got a new shape. Right? Now here's how I want to do this on this first page. I'm going to look at the first, what are there? 7 of them? And here's how we're going to do it. We're going to talk through each one first, and then I'm going to have you and your partners actually graph them and come up and put them on the board for us. Okay? We'll see if we agree or disagree with you. So let's talk through them. Problem number 1. Tell me how it's going to change from the original.
The width.
The width gets bigger.
Width smaller.
Times 2.
Which way is the width gonna go?
Smaller.
Bigger.
Bigger.
Ah.
Remember, this number divides the width. So that means you're dividing by 1/2, which is the same as multiplying by 2. So when you draw this picture, everything is going to be twice as wide. Okay, that's the only change. Everything's going to be twice as wide. All right, what about number 2? What happens in number 2? 2 things happen. Can you tell me what happens with this graph? It flips which way, left and right or upside down?
Upside down.
Upside down, so it's going to go upside down
Up 1.
and then up 1. That's exactly right. So if you do this one, you're going to do an upside down and then add 1 to it. Lift it up 1. Okay, what about number 3? What is that one going to look like?
To the left one.
Left 1. The only thing that's going to happen is it's going to go left 1 unit. So you're going to draw exactly the same picture that I drew, but you're going to take it left 1 unit. Okay, how about number 4? We won't get them all up here at once, but what about number 4? What's happening in number 4? What's it doing?
Moving.
It's a sideways flip. The whole thing is flipping sideways. You're exactly right. And what about number 5, which is oh, this is one we just talked about, right? Everything is up. So if I write that, everything is up, does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
It means if it's already sitting on the x-axis, it stays there. If it's below the x-axis, it gets folded up. All right, so let's just start with those 5 since it's all I have room for right now. And work with your partner, and then when you feel like you've got it, come on up and draw a picture of it for us. And
Can we start?
can you what, honey? Yeah. Yeah, I don't have room for 6 and 7. Those up there now. All right, so everybody's busy.
You got it, Emily.
So hard.
If I'm out of papers back there and you've lost yours, you're gonna take a picture of somebody. I'm sure it's right. And if it's not, we'll all just laugh. You know I'm kidding. If anybody needs to take a picture, come take it before I start writing on this. Anybody need a picture? You'll need to take 4.
This is how it's gonna look, but it all moves sides. So this is gonna be, yeah, but like before that. So there's just like, yeah, but not here, it's the round one.
Joseph, what are you doing? Come on, you got them all done already?
No.
All right, get them done.
All right.
Yeah, it's funky thing. Got it?
I'm doing two.
Ooh, I'm all done. Oh no, I need somebody to do 2 and 4 quickly so we can check. Oh, I did not leave you enough room for number 1, did I?
Nope.
Oh well. Should we figure out something to do?
Six, basically.
I don't know, I haven't gotten to that yet.
I don't know, I haven't done it yet.
No, Quincy, that chapel is supposed to be. No, you got it.
Quincy, what are you doing?
So you don't even know what you're doing up there, man.
Know your role before you just jump in.
You're not better than the program.
What in the world?
It's just what we say.
Program, team, individual.
The program and the team didn't want to
Trust
be a part of it, so I chose to be an individual.
Trust the team, man. Trust the team.
So trust issues.
Sideways flip. What is it? Sideways flip?
I think that's the, second
Oh,
one.
sideways.
Reflection across the
Do an I-40 sideways flip.
Tracing it
A reflection or just the
Yeah, so
turn?
whatever's on the left goes to the right, whatever's on the right goes to the left. They just switch sides. Okay, so now I'm ready to check.
Hey, look, Chris.
Do you read that?
Okay, number 1.
Boy, you weren't in school shirt. I saw you.
Who did number
What
1?
happened was,
You did a great job. Thank you, Miss Swanson. All right, number 2.
see what happened.
What? Yeah.
That was my turn.
That one looks pretty good too. Who did that one? Number 2. Good. Number 3. Everything left 1. It looks good, except I don't think the trapezoid's quite wide enough. In the original picture, the trapezoid is too wide. something like that. Yep, otherwise that one's good. And number 4, that one looks good. And number 5. Awesome. Anybody have a question about one of those 5 problems before we get the last 2 up here? This, by the way, is exactly what your quiz, I already wrote your quiz. This is what it looks like tomorrow, or whenever we have class again.
Just over the side.
And it's just, I'm going to give you a sheet of paper just like this. I'm going to draw the picture up here, and I'm going to give you 5 blank graphs and ask you to do, you know, f of x plus 1, or, you know, whatever.
Alrighty.
Okay? All right, let's talk about 6 and 7, and you can actually turn the page. There's more on the back. All right, so what happens in problem 6? Okay, 6 is our 6 is our f of the absolute value. So that means the right is mirrored on the left. All right, so we know what to do there. Okay. How about 7?
Here, write down 1.
So 7 is going to take 6 and drop it down 1 unit.
Yeah.
How about 8? Come on, let's practice a few more so we're ready for our quiz tomorrow.
Twice as big, down 1.
Okay, so it's going to be twice as tall and down 1. We'll do 2 more, 9 and 10. All right, so what happens with 9? Oh, watch this now.
Everything is
Everything is what?
up.
Well, it is, but first we gotta go left. Okay, so first we're gonna go left 1 and then all up. All above the x-axis, but first we're gonna go left 1. And number 10, what happens here? Half as tall. Perfect. When you get these done, and you want to come up, put one up here, that would be great. We'll have the first 10 of them done then. By the way, if you've looked at your homework sheet, this is part of the homework, so we're kind of getting some of your homework done. Kind of a hassle having a picture on the other side. Oh yeah, when you're ready, go on up, put them up there. I'm not ready yet.
I'm not sure, Chef. What time?
So instead of being 3 tall, it's 6
let's get focused so we can go to lunch.
This is just tedious work.
Yeah, but isn't it fun?
No.
Honestly, yeah. Between this and Elon, I've been making graphs.
Yeah. Just a graphic. What do I do when there's not enough room?
Yeah, you're right.
That's what you make this tall.
Just one big
Count by a different number.
Oh, change the scale, she says.
I could change the
I
scale
did it by 2s on the one.
on number 8.
Well, number
Just
8
make
I
sure
just
you
went
mark
up, but
what your
on
scale is.
like number 1, I did it by 2, so it just by missing.
Can I do it by Tuesday? Why is this called John Moore?
Dead weight.
Okay, girls over there doing nothing. We're not leaving this room until we got them all on the board. And then we do one more that I give you before as your exit ticket. So if you think you're going to lunch today, maybe girls over there should get up here and get this on the board instead of sitting there talking like it's a slumber party. Did you change the scale here?
I called it. Of course you call them down.
Okay, if we want to go to lunch, somebody on that side of the room over there has to do number 10. Okay, I wonder why you were gabbing instead of doing it before. Mazzy Huser.
Call out.
Look who's jumping up to do it. The only guy on that side of the room.
What?
I met Robbie about this.
Somebody get down there.
Alright, I think everything on the board right now is correct. So starting with number 6, start checking your
I hate
answers.
these little half ones.
Yeah, it's just part of the way it is.
That's life, man.
The math life is crazy.
Extra water. He's also the basketball coach, wasn't he the basketball coach at 1.2?
He was in,
Are you focused? What's his name?
All right, I think they're all right up on the board. What do the rest of you think?
Yep.
Everybody good with that?
Yep.
All right, here's your exit ticket. You need to bring me problem number 12 correctly graphed. And then you can go to lunch.
Let's choose the
Return
hardest one.
time.
Return time is to be
Return
announced.
time will be 12:25 in your seat. 12:25 in your seat.
Wouldn't it be later?
Number 12. Yep,
Sideways.
you're doing number 12. You have to wait till I get it done.
Okay, I was gonna.
Yeah, somebody's working ahead.
I'm not working ahead.
It's okay. Working ahead's good. Working ahead's good. You may help each other.
I don't know the second one.
Sideways.
What's the negative? Sideways which way?
I don't understand why you say sideways which way. They switch places.
But you say sideways, I could go either
I'm
way.
That's fair.
You understand? Well, explain to them what happens. The right becomes the left and the left becomes the right. So just explain that to them. Because I don't know.
No. Emily, no.
Right.
I just don't like it.
Sideways like the You flip it this way. All of that is now on that side and
Exactly.
Would that be correct?
Not my profession.
A lot of things I don't like.
Excuse me.
Just a minute, I am not done yet.
It's not our Christian. It's not our return time.
Faster.
What do you mean? Oh, I was here first.
Your name, bud. Oh, I got
You got it, yeah. You got it. All right, we're back in our seats at 12:25. Yep. Back in your seats at 12:25. Yep. Yep.
Emily.
Yep.
What?
Red. Yep. Yep. Oh, close. Yep.
Flip it sideways upside down. I did.
Yep. 12:25, back in our seats. Over here. Okay, that's a little bit too tall. Remember, it's only 1 minute. Oh, 1 minute? Yep. The trapezoid's only one. Yep. Yep. Nope.
Oh my
That's
God.
Christian. You made the same mistake you did.
I got you guys.
Yep.
I have the one box water bottle.
Yep. 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 12:25, we're back in our seats. Here come the girls. Yep.
25 minutes.
Yep. Yep. No. Mazzy, give Maddie a hand there. Give Gabby a hand too. Yep.
When it says sideways, it means like backwards.
Yep.
Are we doing more?
Oh, we're doing something else when we get back. Oh, what, you loving it?
No, I'm terrible at it. That's why I'm excited.
Oh, well, we might practice another one.
That'd be nice.